Asha, it's been nearly 3 years since these devastating Labor Day fires. Sadly, 9 people did not survive. And for those who escaped those fast-moving flames, many lost their homes and their businesses. Tonight, progress from the pain, a closer look at how some of the survivors are doing now and what it took to help them rebuild their lives. Joelle Jones here in studio live now with a new report that's detailing a lot of work that it took to get those people to where they are today.
Absolutely. They're lessons learned the hard way. This new report highlights what went right and some of the challenges the state faced when responding to the 2020 wildfires. A response that continues today as survivors tell me they are still feeling the impacts 3 years later.
Nearly 3 years after the devastating Labor Day wildfires ripped through 20 Oregon counties, displacing thousands and burning nearly 1 million acres, today the Oregon Department of Emergency Management released a new report analyzing the joint response and recovery efforts.
This was the first time we fully activated Oregon's disaster recovery plan, and we activated it on the largest disaster recovery operation Oregon's modern history. So it was tested. It was tested very, very hard. And we had a lot of lessons and we've identified a lot of gaps.
According to the report, quote, the disaster recovery plan lacked adequate detail and depth to provide clarity on roles and responsibilities for state agencies, which led to confusion and periodic misdirection of resources. The report also highlights a lack of disaster-specific resources and training, with the agency's deputy director, Stan Thomas, telling us equity and inclusion was another area in need of improvement, as rural, undocumented, and underserved communities continue to face gaps to recovery services.
We could have and should have done better with equity to make sure we were helping the whole community that was impacted by the disasters.
One of those impacted was Rochelle McMaster.
I was speechless. There was absolutely nothing. I walked into where my house had stood and I stood there and stared.
We first met McMaster in 2021, a year after she and her family lost everything in the Echo Mountain Complex fire. As a survivor and one of the 17 plaintiffs to successfully sue Pacific Corps for damages related to the Labor Day fires, we caught back up with her today to see how she and her family are recovering nearly 3 years after the disaster.
Technically, we are still displaced. We actually haven't made it back home yet.
McMaster tells us it took her family nearly 2 years to get into their temporary apartment, but says she considers them lucky as many of her Otis neighbors are still without stable housing. As a rural resident, she says she agrees the state could have done a better job at reaching and assisting underserved communities, and says she hopes they use the findings in the new report to improve communication overall.
When we were evacuating, we didn't see hardly anyone out there telling us what was going on. We literally relied on word of mouth. And then I think as far as moving forward, we need housing.
She tells us she hopes the state will apply what they learned in this report in the future so that other residents don't endure what she went through. It's a goal shared with emergency management officials.
That disaster recovery plan was built in theory, but we don't have theory anymore. We have real experience, and that's where we're going to go and build a new disaster recovery plan that hopefully can deliver services and provide the Oregonians more effectively and more efficiently than we were in 2020.
They know what they can do now to prevent such loss and, catastrophic destruction.
And while these fires happened nearly 3 years ago, something I heard from state officials and survivors alike is that the recovery efforts are needed for the long haul. In fact, emergency management officials say they are still working to help people rebuild their homes, lives, and communities, and they likely won't close their disaster recovery operations until 2045 or 2050.
Wow, far-reaching impacts, so we cannot forget that. And there are some times when the stories we cover, the news we cover, impacts us directly. Joelle, that was a situation for you back in 2020 with these fires.
Yes, my family and I all evacuated. Luckily, our home was safe and sound, but still a really scary situation for ourselves and for so many others.
Yeah, thanks. And this report highlighting once again that need to help these families is still there. They still need that help. Thanks, Joelle. Great report.